What the scaffold.
Why wasn't he shot? We get shot. Look at my man's climbing through the window. Yo, it's Beezy910 and I'm back with another video, man. Look, I know I've been missing. I know, beat me up. I said I was gonna put videos out. I actually went on vacation, man. I went on vacation, had some things I had to do. But anyways, man, we back with a video, man. This is y'all President Trump, man. This boy going wild. You gotta be living under a rock if you don't know what's going on. So today, I'm doing this video called Pro-Trump Protesters Storm the U.S. Capitol. So I'm gonna go ahead and like the video, because that's what I do. And I urge y'all to do the same thing. So let's go ahead and see what this video got for us, man.
It is hard to put into words what exactly we witnessed today, because we've not seen this before. Thousands storming the Capitol after a rally with President Trump, during which he urged them to march on the Capitol, where a joint session of Congress was debating and working to certify the election as our democracy dictates. Instead, they were halted by protesters who smashed through the doors, broke their way into the Capitol, making it to the Senate chamber, and throughout the Capitol, overwhelming police.
That is unheard of. Unheard of. I mean, nobody ever done that in the U.S. history. Like, what the heck, bro? This is crazy. And I got to let y'all know, I got 910 in my name. I'm from North Carolina, but I actually live in Maryland, so I'm very familiar with the D.C. area and all that. I'm going to get more into that later, but yeah.
Lawmakers diving for cover, told to shelter in place, the country watching, the world watching what America looked like today. The mob storming the barriers, pushing through this door, Capitol Police unable to hold them back. Others smashing through windows at the Capitol.
How?
There were so many chaotic moments.
My thing is, how the hell did you even get that close to there? Like I said, I stay in Maryland, man. Me, my niece, and a good friend of mine went down to D.C. I had a show. She ain't from here. You know what I'm saying? She ain't from this area. She from way on the west side. You know what I'm saying? So she came down. I wanted to show her D.C. We went to the White House and everything, where guns, dudes with guns all over the place. All over the place. Straight strapped. You know what I'm saying? We were scared to even walk just to go see the White House. We were scared. I ain't even gonna hold you. We were scared because, I mean, they were looking at us like that we was crazy. You know what I'm saying? They ain't talked to us really. They wasn't saying nothing. They were just looking at us. So we ended up talking to them to see what we could do, because we ain't want to get shot. You know what I'm saying? So we was like, can we go right here so we can? They were like, they pointed like, go that way, and just kept it just real brief. I'm telling you, they strapped. They ain't playing none of that joint. So I'm wondering how they even get this close.
The tense interactions with Capitol Police overwhelmed, members of Congress and their staffs rushing for cover, reporters told not to reveal their whereabouts. This image tonight of a man walking through Statuary Hall carrying a Confederate flag. Another startling image from inside the office of House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
How?
Some trying to breach the House chamber, armed security barricading the door, keeping them out. Behind them, members were taking shelter, some of them on the floor, some told to grab their gas masks to protect against tear gas. In an empty Senate chamber, this Trump supporter at the front of the chamber declaring Donald Trump won that election. The march to the Capitol following those words from President Trump, speaking to his supporters, who he invited to Washington, saying you have to show strength, telling them to march to the Hill. And as nightfall approached tonight, the heavy presence that
words like that mean he's egging them on, bro. He's telling them to do that.
National Guard joining local police and the FBI, the curfew now in effect. And of course, so many questions tonight. How was this allowed to happen? Where was the security? With the president encouraging these protests for weeks now. We're going to begin tonight with our chief White House correspondent, Jonathan Karl.
Chaos and lawlessness striking at the heart of American democracy, breaking out after the President of the United States urged an angry mob of his own supporters to confront members of Congress and even his own vice president, who were preparing to certify the election. They stormed the Capitol, clashing with police, breaking windows, scaling the scaffolding.
Look at this. Why wasn't he shot? Why wasn't he shot? We get shot for things way less than that. We gonna get shot, shorty. We wouldn't even been able to get up in there like that. That's crazy. Look at my man's climbing through the window.
Fights breaking out in restricted areas of the building, officers outnumbered. In the House chamber, lawmakers dove for cover beneath their desks. Agents with guns drawn, their fingers on the trigger, guarding the barricaded door.
We're being instructed to each of us get gas masks that are under our seats.
The demonstrators, some in tactical gear, were urged to go to the Capitol by the president himself.
We're going to walk down to the Capitol because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength and you have to be strong.
Donald Trump lost the election by more than 7.
Basically telling them to do whatever they got to do to get their point across.
Million votes. His lawsuits were rejected by dozens of judges, but still he told his followers that the election was rigged, and he demanded that his vice president reject the electoral votes and overturn the election in Congress today.
Mike Pence is going to have to come through for us, and if he doesn't, that will be a sad day for our country.
But finally, after more than 4 years of unfailing loyalty, Mike Pence broke with Donald Trump. The moment caught on a hot mic.
Is my statement out?
Yes, sir, it is.
Pence's statement was blunt. I do not believe that the founders of our country intended to invest the vice president with unilateral authority to decide which electoral votes should be counted.
Facts. Honestly, I don't know too much about Mike Pence, but something telling me that he felt obligated to do this or say something, because everybody knows, like, if you're going to be vice president, it's going to be a point in time where you probably want to be president. Like, who don't want to wear that hat that's in the politics like that? You know what I'm saying? So if he didn't stand up and say something like this, it would have damned his chances in the future, you know, to be a president. He don't want that kind of smoke, you know what I'm saying? So he had to do something to look like the good guy in this situation, because everybody know this shit wasn't right, but he had to look like the good guy. I mean, I commend him on it, though.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell broke with the president, too,
Telling
his sharply divided Republican colleagues that this election must stand.
The voters, the courts, and the states have all spoken. They've all spoken.
And nobody like him.
If we overrule them, it would damage our republic forever. Our democracy would enter a death spiral.
McConnell was blunt. The president did not come close to proving his false claims, he said, and he sharply criticized the 13 Republican senators who planned to challenge the election results.
It would be unfair and wrong to disenfranchise American voters and overrule the courts and the states on this extraordinarily thin basis.
Man.
And I will not pretend such a vote would be a harmless protest gesture while relying on others to do the right thing.
One of those 13 senators, Ted Cruz of Texas, tried to make his case.
I am not arguing for setting aside the result of this election. We appoint an electoral commission to conduct a 10-day emergency audit, consider the evidence, and resolve the claims.
But there have already been audits and recounts and more than 30 court cases thrown out. The president's own attorney general said there was no evidence of substantial fraud. And minutes after Cruz spoke, the bedlam broke out in the Capitol. Pence was whisked to safety by the Secret Service. The building went into lockdown, but protesters were already inside, marching.
You see the police running, bro. Do y'all know how weak this make us look as a country? Other countries are watching, bro. This is on the internet right now. Other countries are watching this, making us look like a damn fool. They out here got us looking like a damn fool out here. You know what I'm saying? Running away from our own people, supposedly. Got us looking like a damn fool. You know what I'm saying, bro? They can have too many attacks on us now. The damn terrorists can just do what the fuck they want. They seeing how bitch made the USA look right now for allowing these people to come on our Capitol Hill like that. Americans, homegrown terrorists, Man, we look like some little bitches out here for real.
The building went into lockdown, but
Look at his
protesters
ass
were
running and
already
shit.
inside, marching through Statuary Hall.
Was he running or was he leading them to where he wanted them to go? It's a good question for my conspiracy theorists out there. Was he leading them to where he wanted them to go or was he running? Because a little bit of me feel like this shit was set up because it's like no way in the damn world. Like I told y'all, they got guns, dog. If they just start spraying people off the rip, like, hey, if you get past this point right here, understand freedom of speech and all that protest, yeah, do what you want to do. Stay right here, because if you go past this, I'm shooting your ass. If they would have pulled one of them jesters and start shooting everybody that passed that line, they got snipers, bro. This is the government, bro. This is the government. This is Washington, D.C., the damn ruler of the USA. They got the best of the best people with guns in their hands. They could have did that. They could have shot pinpoint anybody. Pop, pop, pop. They shot like 5 people right there, bro. Niggas ain't trying to die. That jump would have been over. It would have been over. Nah, they slick wanted this to happen on the low, bro.
One man carried a large Confederate flag just outside the Senate chamber, and inside another took to the podium himself to declare Trump had won the election. And look at this. A rioter broke into the office of the Speaker of the House
This
and put
picture
his
get me
feet
every time,
on Nancy
bro.
Pelosi's desk.
That just saying, I got
All
a lot of
over,
privilege and
scenes
I
of
don't give a
violence
fuck.
and disorder. One woman was shot inside the Capitol, and ABC's Rachel Scott
Only
saw
one
her
person
being
was
carried
shot,
away.
though.
They
One
brought
person.
out a woman on a stretcher, rushed her inside. We did see blood gushing from her.
On television and on Twitter, Republican lawmakers begging President Trump to tell his supporters to go home.
Call it off, Mr. President. We need you to call.
They could have shot every one of them people scaling the building. What kind of privilege is that for you to just say, fuck it, I'm going to scale the building? Like, my dude, you was not worried about you. You did not think you was going to get shot. Nobody with the same mind said, I'm going to scale this building and I think I'm going to get shot if I do this, but fuck it, I love my country. Nah, you ain't thinking like that. You like, bitch, and I don't give a fuck, because ain't nothing going to happen to me. It only happened to the black people in America, but hey.
Call this off.
But for hours while his supporters rampaged through the Capitol, Trump
crazy,
remained
y'all. I'm
inside
sorry,
the
this
White
is
House, silent.
All right, so let's bring in John Carl. He's live at the White House tonight because, John, you know, after so much pressure from Republicans and Democrats alike for the president to tell his supporters to go home, late this afternoon, the president did release that 1-minute video message on Twitter. In it, he again, and we should point this out, falsely claims that he won in a landslide in an election that he lost by 7 million votes before then telling supporters to go home. Take a look.
I know your pain. I know you're hurt. We had an election that was stolen from us. It was a landslide election, and everyone knows it, especially the other side. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt.
And, John, the president, we were told, is watching this all play out on live television today, along with the rest of the country, but refusing to condemn the violence from his own supporters. What are you hearing tonight from your sources inside the White House about how able they are to actually communicate with the president?
Well, first of all, David, Twitter, I'm told, had just removed that video because of the false statements about the election. And it's notable that in that video, he actually went on to say to the people that stormed the Capitol, and this is an exact quote, "Go home, we love you. You are very special." Just a short while ago, he tweeted that these are the events and the things that happen when, quote, great patriots have been badly and unfairly treated for so long. So in other words, he is actually justifying the actions of those that stormed the Capitol. As for what's going on inside the White House, very little coming out. I can tell you I've spoken to several people close to the president who are deeply frustrated, in fact, horrified by the way he has handled this.
But as you point out, John, he did not condemn what he witnessed at the Capitol today, saying you are very special to those supporters. John, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos.
George, all right, bet. Man, that was crazy, man. I'm at a loss for words, for real, man. Y'all pray for my country, yo. This is ludicrous, man. I don't know what else to say, bro. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.